No paparazzi.
My wife told me I should start doing lunges. I'm not sure, it's a big step forward.
Where do you think of these? I'm buying them every week.
I just remember it from like years ago.
Okay, Monday morning is episode 10, day 46. A really big week coming up. We've now got the concrete floor installed, so it's a nice working area for everyone. Aidan's installing the internal walls today. We've got the steelwork now in. Electricians are here tomorrow. Plumbers are here today. Scaffold goes up today. It's going to be a really good, productive week. I can't wait to see what's in store. Should be a good episode. So one thing you might notice different, I've got to speak about then. We've now finally got the mic situation sorted. We've got We've got a new camera, we've got a new mic, so the audio should be a lot better, quality of video should be better. We've got gimbal coming for the camera, so less jumpy. We're getting there, we're getting better. Let's take a look upstairs. Upstairs, we're still carrying on. I know I originally said that the plasterers were going to start today, but that is not the case. Ian wanted to come in and do the whole lot at once, which I understand. He's on a square meterage rate, it makes more sense to him. Ceiling's now boarded in this room. We've taken out the linings that we need to take out. We need to install the new linings, get that ready for skim, but we're going room by room and getting things ready. You can see, so this is bedroom 3. Boarded the ceilings once again, boarded the ceilings, ready for Dave to come along and curve his bonding into place. That is it really for the bedrooms. We're still just carrying on. Dan's taking out the linings now, getting things ready. First floor works. We've got a lot of guys here today. 3 of the guys are going tomorrow because we don't need that many people on site anymore. We've got a busy site with everyone else here, so we don't need a lot of our guys here. So inside of the family bathroom, we had a meeting with a client this morning to talk about valve positions, etc. The tiles have now been selected so we can set our valve and then our niche in this area. In this area here, the client would like a hexagon tile. So with the hexagon tile, we're going to create a detail, which I'm quite excited for. So the hexagon tiles are going to drop down on this corner and then come back up and create a sort of a step detail along here, coming along here, coming back over this wall, and then creating a feature wall in here. So this is where the bath is going to be installed. Whilst cleaning out the ceiling in here, we noticed that the timber, especially this one here, is no good. We need to treat these timbers, we need to bolt some other timbers on the side because water has got into that valley at some point in the build, not in the build, sorry, existing. Some of the timber has been now. Whilst we're hoovering out this Whilst we were hovering out and clearing this ceiling, we discovered that some of the existing rafters were affected by water damage and some of the wasps have chewed through the timber. You can see in this area here, it's all rotten. So what we need to do is we need to protect this with a coating. We need to bolt on some new timbers to the side of it, strengthen that back up before it gets boarded. That's it up here. So this morning we obviously had a meeting with a client like we do every Monday. We discussed the run of kitchen units. So we've got our island marked out in the floor here. This is going to be a waterfall edge on the island. We've actually got off of this island a 3-metre table coming from that blue line there over to around here. So it's a nice long table ready to fit 10 people. Around here, so we've got a pinch point basically on the island to the end of the unit. So we needed to come up with a scenario where we can save this. So in the kitchen plan, originally we've got this unit ending here and then the window ending on this point. So what we've come up with is to drop this unit back. This was meant to be a bin, but with a bin there and with a sink here, this is going to be a dead space in the corner. So what we're going to do is put the bin over on this side, and then this is going to be a corner cupboard. So this thing can be reduced in line with the window, so it's aesthetically pleasing, and then we can actually have a corner wind out cupboard in there. So even though we're bringing this back, not a lot, it's going to save a lot on that point there, which is the pinch point I just spoke about. Aiden's got the stub walls going upstate over in this area. We've got one wall coming along here with a doorway. We've got another big wall coming along here. We've got one here and then one here. So then we've got our WC and we've got our utility room. We've got a cupboard going in there, but that is not going to be formed until we've had another discussion with the client. On the sliding doors at the back, we have a drop down of a hidden blind in this, so this is going to go below the steel. I don't know the build up of that yet. I think it's about 100 mil, 150 mil. The bay is actually being done out here as well. So one of the last bays to be constructed. This is going to be formed up to around this height. So then that creates our new window. We need to put the new lintel in, which is now on site. The teething in needs to get sorted out on the ends, and then we're there or thereabouts. We can take a look around the front. There's some brickworks happening around there too. So the front bay. Catnick has been installed, as you noticed from last week. The solder course above the header detail had to be taken off because that got knocked when the roof got done, so that needs to be rebuilt. Not ideal, but these things happen. Did you want to come round, Shay? So the other bay has now been constructed. So Ben has come in this morning and done the header detail to this bay. Catnick has been installed. We've formed the window opening. We are really nearly there on the brickwork now. We've got quite a bit to do around the back, but it's just fiddly bits. So this needs to be weather struck pointed, and then we're done on that. Rebuild the header detail on that front there, and then we're done. In the garage, so on Saturday, as you'll see from the time lapse, I say the time lapse, you wouldn't have actually seen in here. So this is the garage. This is the finished layer of the garage. Chris from Adam's Flow Screed has done a great job. It's nice to have this area formed now because it's just a clean working area for everyone. We need to get the roller shutter installed. That comes this week. Doors and things need to be boarded up at the back. We are waiting on the scaffold to go up to fit the fascia. As soon as that's done, we can finish off the roofs. But we're pretty much there in the garage now. Things are moving quickly at this stage. It's got 11 weeks to finish. I think it's achievable. We'll see.
New camera, nice. Yeah.
28 mil feature.
Yeah, mate. Found the blue one though.
50 mil.
It's in there. Copied one chicken then, mate. Yeah.
So there's no thickness of seal, Ben can build it up.
None of them are guaranteed, by the way, because they're too big. Not be guaranteed. 50 mil over.
What, height wise?
Man, look.
Is that what he was saying? Like, he can do it, but.
Yeah. 50 mil over. Now.
Well, he's
Rules
measured
and
on,
regulations.
he's measured on coming down. We'll probably be coming up. So it might be fine once it comes to this final measure.
Yeah.
Have you got his number? Or do you want me to message him?
What did you just say?
I need a seal height. I need like build up to door.
Well, he's coming out next week.
Alright, Benny's
Do another one.
Take a tip from one who knows. Tell your naughty the sweet toast. What are you looking at, George, bro?
What are you looking at, right?
Huh?
Laughing to yourself.
I'm not. I'm laughing at Shay. Yeah? Yeah. Hey, do you want to talk on what you're doing? You haven't got a camera in a while. What? What's wrong with you?
Does this work?
Big flip. Log, man.
Am I qualified to use this? Mic 2, check.
Good morning. Day 47.
Morning.
Aiden's back on the camera. Thank God, he had a little shy spell. So, he is constructing the internal walls downstairs. We have a WC with, Aiden, what size door opening are you doing?
A 2'9" is spec'd on the drawings, but
Okay, 2'9".
it's a bit excessive for a toilet.
Fine, no problem. So we've installed this structural post here, which is constructed out of 3 4x2 C24 treated timbers. This takes that steel that we spoke about again about 100 times.
2 years ago.
So WC in there. We've then got a utility room in here. Aidan, what was what was the spec in here? So we've got a utility room. Is the wall coming back here?
Yeah, mate. So it returns about a metre and a half. Well, about 1,200. Little dog leg and a washer dryer stacked.
Washer dryer stacked. Fine.
And then little sink.
And then we've got a desk area going in here or here.
You're basically in the desk. So.
Cool. A nice little area for the clients. They didn't want to sacrifice a room in a house for an office, so they've got a new little office space. George has been cutting.
He said he has.
He's top chippy now. But yeah, no, so we're going to carry on constructing the walls. We need to get the noggins in. You're going to do double noggins or a single noggin?
Double. Too high for singles.
There you go. Heard it from the horse's mouth. Plumbers are here. Scott's
on his way.
Scott's at a Western yacht. So Scott ain't here. Scott's coming this afternoon. That's Scott from Hiley Electrical, if you didn't know. Scaffolders are back this afternoon. Actually, we haven't recorded the scaffold. Come and have a look. Ooh.
Tuesday at school. Exactly like we've done yesterday. Come on! It's easier to do it this way. No, it's not! You might have one fun.
Yeah, sure.
Less swearing, please, sir. Okay, so the scaffold outside. The Hartshorn Scaffolding came in and constructed our rear scaffolding. They're going to come back and form this extension area today so the bricklayer can build up to the parapet height. We can then install our flat roof and get that ready for roof coverings. He's put a brace along where the door opening is, so the external door install is easier. A brace is basically this supporting beam going across here, and then that gives support for the top section. Whilst that's in place now, we can go and have a look at the rendering, because you'll notice that some bits are cracked. I did pop up there yesterday. It's solid, so we're going to need to rake these out, fill all the cracked joints, repair where our needles are broken through, and then paint. The fascia is mouldy in a lot of places. Some places it's fine, but some places it's gone rotten. So we need to fully replace all the fascia and gutter. Gutter is going to be a black deep flow gutter, and the fascia is now going to be a white smooth. There is potential of a loft conversion, like you know, so we opted either to go with a vented soffit or do that at a later stage. We proposed it to the client. The client wants to leave it as it is for the minute, so a flat soffit, and then if they are going to do the loft conversion, we can either do the top vents on the rafters, or we can do drilled in vents at that time. Ben is pretty much done around the front. I'll take you over in a second because I want to speak about the tiled seals, but he's going to be building up this bay today ready for the window. He's then got to do some works to the snug, and then once the scaffold is in, he can finally finish off the extension. Let's take a look around the front because I want to talk about these tiled seals. Okay, so our tiled seals. So we've got windows being installed to the back of the face brickwork. The frame is 70mm, so we've got about a 30mm recess on the front. Our front tile is going to be bedded on pretty much flat, and we've got another one above that, which is going to be at the slope. This gives us our fall for the water to run off. We've worked out this is going to be about 42mm, so we need to make sure that the height of the windows is reduced 42mm. That will be a major cock-up to not allow for that, because all the windows will be too big. The acros have come down inside now. I want to speak about the garage, actually. Fine. So in the garage, we've got this area here, which is the recess for a boot storage in the entrance. So this has given us our little recess in this garage. We need to install 2 more floor joists in the top there, because that's going to be boarded out ready for storage for the clients. That leaves us this little area here. Spoke to Ben this morning. Rather than us doing blocks up to the rafters, we're going to cut underneath the joist and finish off that area there. We need to finish off some of the pointing, but that gives a nicer finish, and it just ties off that area, and we can then close off the cavity. I believe that is it for the garage. Like I said, Dan's just fixing in the wall restraint straps now. Nice and level, mate, I like to see. You're thinking, what? That needs to level? That is it in a nutshell. Today we're going to get some more filming, probably speak to Scott when he gets here. Kieran's actually back from Barbados now. So he's got a day of hell coming up. I've left a lot for him still from yesterday. Busy day, busy week. Day 47 on site. It's Wednesday, the sun is out, it's the afternoon. No good morning message today. Right, so the scaffolders have been back today. Danny's just gone to get the other lorry now. You'll see behind me, they're building up scaffold over the solar panels ready for the bed 4 knockout. So once that's out, we can take out so the sideboard extension, then the bricklayers can build up the walls and then we can put our new roof on. Aidan has carried on with the internal walls internally. So the stud walls are now complete. Scott is here first fixing, the plumbers are here first fixing. I believe that is it. The bricklayers are building up the last bay and then they're going to work on the side extension. As soon as that side extension is built up, we can then install our flat roof. Let's go and take a look upstairs now because a lot has happened. Okay, so making full use of the microphone. You'll see in the area behind me. So this is the lower bank that we actually built up. John is just waiting for a dry spell, which has started now, really. So I think next week, early next week, we can topsoil this area, get it seeded and get that fully finished. We can take down our fences and give that area back to the clients. You can see the size of the garden. It's nice to have the microphone so I can actually walk about and show you don't have to follow me everywhere.
Oh, what's up, guy?
What's the first one?
Plant room.
Okay, so internally, busy site. Aidan's just finished installing the fly to the sideboard there. That's going to be the plant room. James Garbones is here. Hang on. So, the windows upstairs. Me and Aidan had a chat this morning about the best way to finish these windows. So, the argument was that the plasterer can come in and they can leave off these walls for the time being. But that's not really practical. So, the original reveals were a little bit out of level and they were a bit all over the place. We didn't want to plaster them or stick a bead to them at this point for that reason. So, what we've done is we've hacked off the reveals, we've hacked off the window boards. What we're going to do is we're going to spot board new plasterboard reveals on. So we've got dead straight, dead level, and that means that our plasterer can now come and set his bead on these reveals, skim up to this point and just leave the reveals for the time being. But it means he can do this wall and then it's more practical and more efficient for him to crack on. It's not so bad in this room, but in other rooms we've got windows on this wall, we've got windows on that wall, we've got windows there. So it means he could just come in and do the ceiling. When the window fitters come in and install the windows, they're going to take them out externally. So we've got the scaffolding installed out there now. We need to hack off a bit of the render, take them out and then pop the new windows in. Where the reveals aren't being plastered yet, it leaves us the option where if there's a little gap there, we can plaster that in and get that all nicely done, nice and crisp. Let's take a little look around. So the linings, like I spoke about, we've got 3 linings. So we've got this one, we've got the lining over there, and then we've got another lining going into bed 4. Scott from Hiley Electrical. What are you doing today, mate?
Nice microphone.
Thank you. What are you doing today?
First fixing downstairs.
Yep.
Getting it done.
Yep. That's it?
Go. Yeah, basically.
Anything else to report?
Speak to James, he's the main man.
I don't think James wants to speak. Right, so as we come into the bathroom, you will see on this wall here, the plumbers have now installed the valves. So Aidan went round with them and discussed valve locations. In this bathroom, we've got a valve here and then we've got a niche in this area here. The shower tray is going to come out to around this area, so it allows us space to work out where the niche is going to work with the tiles, like I spoke about before. The pocket door is turned up for that cupboard, so that can go in this week. We've actually installed a bit of foresight, I think is the word. Foresight a word? Foresight. We've installed some OSB to this wall because this is going to be a ladder going up to the loft. So rather than it all being closed up and then you try and find a stud or you're trying to get drywall fixings in, we put this timber in there now so we know that once it's plastered, we've got a nice secure fixing for the ladder and the client's not going to be climbing up and falling backwards into all their laundry. Bonded out, ready for the skim again. You'll see on the window here, once again, taking off all the reveals, taking off all the window boards. It's the same in that bedroom, same in that bedroom, but we're leaving bed 4 for the minute because we've got to take it all out. I think that's it from upstairs.
I'm not sure of there.
No cleaning job.
No cleaning job happening. So, Jim, what are we doing today? That'd be quite nice having the silent quarries.
Questions, Jack Garbo. Okay, so more on these doubles down here. The utility room has now been formed. We've got this area here, which is going to be a stack of washing machine and dryer. In this little cubby hole here, I spoke about yesterday, I believe, this is going to be a little desk area. So we've got the big study out in the front for one of the clients, and then we've got this little area here, which is going to be a nice little computer area hidden away for the other client. The other client, 2 clients, husband and wife. We're well weird about that. Our floor joists have now been installed, so we need to cable floor the top of that, get that ready. Sun's in my eyes. Hide that. Get that ready with a cable floor, and then we can take out that roof. We need to be careful though, because these solar panels are up there. I'll grab the camera and I'll take you on a little tour of that now. Okay, so up on the scaffold, you can see we've got access here to the windows and the fascia and soffit. Corner extension. This needs to be built up for the parapet. And as we come over, we've got our bed 4 here. So this is a better way to describe it. The wall is coming out to this plate here. So this needs to be built up out of block work. We've then got a new roof coming up, and the ridge is joining in there. So this has been installed over the solar panels. Quite a tricky install, but we got there. We just need to make sure that these are protected with PIR insulation. Floor joists in there, ready for that new room to be formed. A time-lapse set up there, which you'll see, and this is the client's view from their bedroom. It's a stunning property and a stunning view of the Surrey Hills. Really, really nice house. Said I'm mine again. Said I'm not even know my friend. Day 49. I'm holding the microphone to my mouth because it's very, very noisy. It's Thursday. 2 things I want to talk about. Please come through, madam. So, the plant room. This is going to be a WC, but we've got units on that side creating our plant room. Aidan installed this play yesterday. We painted it in black. It's actually one coat of some Toolstation paint. That's done very, very well. I wasn't expecting that. But basically, we've done it black, so when you've got the rear of a cabinet taken out, you've got a nice finish for the back rather than it just being ply. Little things, little details, but they all add up. Further on into the living room, we have all of the existing plaster. This all needs to be hacked off. So rather than us stripping this, we've got too much to patch in. So it's better that we strip all the existing plaster, and then we can spot board these walls and get everything properly done. The bricklayers are finally on the side extension. That's been built up. We've actually started to remove bedroom 4. So we've got a time lapse of that. Actually died again halfway through stripping the tiles. So that's a bit annoying, but we saved it in the nick of time and we managed to recover some bits. Scott is here installing the first fix. Plumbers aren't here today. Aidan is installing some OSB thing. Aidan, what's that for?
Protect the gas pipe.
Protect the gas pipe. Henry is just getting ready to install the catnick on the bay there, so that's the last bay to do. Once that's done, we're in a good space. Paul from PS Home Improvements come out today to go over final survey for the windows. So they're now on order. That's in process, so that's good. We'll take a look around outside now. Fine, so as you come round the build, extension, once again very noisy. So we've got a detail that's changed on the returning existing roof into our new side extension. We were actually going to have this going back and then the parapet joining in. I'll take you up in a second to explain, but we've changed this and now the existing pitch is floating across. It tidies things up on the front. It means everything flows. I speak about everything flowing quite a lot, but it's how we like to do things and it's how we've got our name. Making sure details all match and making sure things work out are just a foresight that you've got to go through, and it makes a difference. Dan's just up top now, carrying on with removing bed 4. Let's go and have a look up there. Get that ball underneath here.
Right, welcome back everybody to the Joshua Lewis show. So today we've taken off this pitch roof here because the whole building is actually getting brought out to this existing wall plate of the annex, giving the bedroom a little bit more space. We're leaving the roof at the moment because we haven't actually got a scaffold finished around the sides. It's not really safe for us to be up there dying around like a bunch of nutters. We've got to cover these solar panels underneath because they are rather expensive and we don't want any breakages. I think that's about it for now, at least.
So I'll take you on a little tour. You can see in the bedroom 4 ensuite, we've got the valve position installed. Once again, this is factored in the size of the shower tray, the finish of the tile. So we want this valve to finish halfway in the tile. So we made sure to get the tile sizes, made sure to get the shower tray sizes, and then that will work out perfectly. Okay, so plastering is actually now starting the start of week after next. So Dave is actually going to come in tomorrow and spot board our reveals. So we'll do the sides, we'll do the top, we'll come back down the sides, and then we will spot board this ready for our window board once the windows have been installed. But all the ceilings have been overboarded. Scott has installed his first fix for the ceiling fan. All the socket locations are in place. All the switch locations are in place. The ceiling over the stairwell has been bonded out. We've got the pocket door frame here, which Aidan is going to install. Loads more first fix services have been installed. I actually stopped in for half hour this morning and treated all this area with a wood preserver. Wood boring insects have got into that at some point in the history of the house. So we're going to install some timbers along the side of this, just strengthen that up. We'll probably chop this out in places, but we put a wood preserver in place for the minute just to help penetrate into the timber and save any further decay. So the ensuite, we need to spot board these walls, spot board all around here, do the reveals like we spoke about in the other rooms. Our locations are in. Bed 3, I also believe, is ready, apart from the reveals. Bonded out and ready. We need to repair parts of the floor prior to the plastering starting. We need to install the linings, although we probably will leave these off until the plastering's done, because the moisture from the plaster actually sits on the back of the lining and it can warp the timber. Coming on down the build. I can show you there. Plant room, like we spoke about. All out here is prepped and ready for screed. We know this is the finished floor in here. Ben still needs to build up this detail here. We need to put a couple ceiling joists in here because the client is going to use that for storage. All in all, we're pushing on well. Things are getting tied up. We're on schedule. Things going well.
Johnny Jones today for the first.
You know that like train drop? He's accused like a train. He's got a dog drop.
Oh yeah.
It's a live. Yeah.
So one thing that got announced today. No, I'm not shouting it. So one thing got announced today that I'm very happy about. We actually won Construction Company of the Year 2024. And we were also the finalist in the best renovation and restoration project. Big win for us. It puts things into perspective. So I'm happy on the journey we've done. It's made me proud. Shame on everyone's cheer, but I'm not doing that. I haven't got a trophy yet, so thank you very much, Business Awards UK. I appreciate it. Get it on my back.
Come on, everyone.
Thank you. Ready? Lights, camera, action. Friday morning. It's a good day. Everyone loves a Friday. It is day 50. Bed 4, as you will see, has started to be demolished. The back wall has been taken out. We need to wait for the scaffold on the side. Danny's coming today to install the rest of the scaffolding. We just can't install the second lift. Dave, perfect example in here. So, I don't know if you can see me focusing on the window. The timber, the existing timber up top is suitable for us to screw our top reveal into. So Dave is going around making sure these are all dead level, plumb. Once these are installed, he's going to dab his sides on and then dab his bottom. So that's his job for the day. Linings can be installed tomorrow. Aidan is installing the pocket door to the cupboard today. Dan and George are just taking off the existing plaster downstairs that we spoke about yesterday. We've got the bricklayers here. Scott is here doing the electrics. Happy Friday. I'm going to stop talking because I've done too much this week. As Shay says, she's sick of my voice. So that is it for this episode. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. And please do subscribe. We really need to boost our subscribers. So I'd appreciate if you like our videos, subscribe. It helps us boost up, and then we get paid like £1 a video, so that'd be good. But yeah, thank you very much. Please click here for last week's video and click here for the start of the journey. Thank you.